Okay, so what the pickle does is it cleans the oxidation and flux off of your piece. So the pickle is actually here in this crock pot. It is warm. It's a mild acid bath to clean off the oxidation and flux only. So you can see on these pieces that kind of glassy look to them, that's the flux. And all that's the oxidation. So what the pickle does is it's going to clean all that off in between solderings. And when you're finally done soldering, you would want to clean all that off before you set your stones or you do your finishes. But you need to do this in between each soldering. When you retrieve things from the pickle or put things in the pickle, we always use copper tongs. You can see how we have like a zillion copper tongs. You can also use wood or plastic, but we have copper in the studio. It's so we don't contaminate the pickle bath. You only put non-ferrous metal in this pickle. If you put like steel, like these tweezers, or ferrous metals in it, it will contaminate the pickle and make it a copper plating solution, and everybody's projects will get copper plated. So especially if you're working with silver, you really don't want that to happen. So only copper tongs. And when you retrieve things out of the pickle, then rinse them in the water before you handle them. Another big thing when you're soldering and using flux and all this other stuff, it's really important that you constantly wash your hands. I know we're going to already be doing that because of the COVID-19, to keep from spreading germs and to keep ourselves safe. But also we need to always wash our hands a lot when you're doing the soldering process. Now, always wear goggles when you're at this area and hair pulled back. Oh, I forgot to mention, absolutely no rubber gloves to be worn while you're soldering. Some people think, well, I want to protect myself from the flux. Good water, hot water, and soap's going to be fine to remove that. If you burnt yourself with rubber gloves on, it's major, so no rubber gloves, okay? There's the solder cutters I was telling you about, the extra flux, the tweezers, paintbrushes, soldering picks are all over here. So depending on how new the pickle is, which I can tell you that this hasn't been used in a while because we haven't been here, but it seems to be cleaning pretty good. You can see already it's getting the oxidation off. So we'll go ahead and just remove them, see how all that's coming clean. And I apologize for my camera. It's really difficult doing this by yourself. Okay, and then the lid back on, and then I can retrieve it out. Yeah, it's got the oxidation off. Now remember how I warned you about brass having copper? Remember this little piece on top is brass? Well, look, it brought the copper to the surface, so I have to sand that back. And this piece on the top was brass. Well, you can see it's brought the copper to the surface, so you would have to sand and get that back. And then there's the little balled up end. Oh great, now my hand's wet. I gotta pause this. Okay, hold on, let me